My name is Freddie Laker. I'm from SapientNitro, and I'd like to welcome you to our panel, Global Brands versus Global Celebrities. Who's the smarter marketer? I'm a VP of Global Marketing Strategy for SapientNitro, and I spent the last couple of years focused on some of our largest global brands, including Coca-Cola and Unilever. I've lived and worked in the US, the UK, and most recently China, so I'd like to believe I'm a good global citizen and should be a decent moderator for our guest panel speakers today, Omar Epps and Darren McColl. But before we get right into the debate, I want to give a little bit of background. But more importantly, we've become the agency for an individual recently, and that's LeBron James, the NBA basketball superstar. You know, 5 to 10 years ago, the concept of an individual celebrity having a PR agency and maybe an agent made sense, but the concept of having their own marketing agency would have been almost virtually unheard of. But yet in recent years, as celebs have continually demonstrated through the democratization of media, the power that they have with their social currency, they're becoming less dependent on, let's say, the media dollars of their agency or their record labels, their movie studios, or their athletic teams to kind of propel their fame. So on the left side, we've got Darren McColl, who will be representing, right side, excuse me, we have Darren McColl, who will be representing global brands. Darren has a passion for brand strategy and has worked with some of the largest global brands.
Openly at the beginning, because I hope you'll forget this as we go, that there's some serious hypocrisy in what I'm going to talk about in defending that case, because I'll point out that celebrities are no good other than creating some content and blasting it across the world and attracting an audience. Now, obviously, Steve Jobs is a great celebrity, and we've probably already read the book. But you might not know Willie G, who has just retired after 49 years as the Director of Style for Harley Davidson. And if this was a Harley community and we're all bikers, we'd be worshipping him in the same way that the Jobs was worshipped by the geeks of the world. So I think that illustrates the power of what marketers can do by not only creating powerful brands of culture, but celebrities in their own right. And when you look at what we can do from marketing from in terms of scale, I couldn't not bring up the Best Job in the World campaign, simply because we took a brand to 196 countries. And unless you're a president or a Queen of England, you're probably not going to have that sort of reach as a celebrity.
Thank you guys for coming out. That said, let the games begin, sir. Look, the fact is celebs lead pop culture in ways that a brand can seldom achieve. By our very nature, we're immensely relevant to our consumer base because of the connection and affinity the audience feels towards us. This affinity is usually driven by a passion point like television, film, music, sports, and the evolution of social media has created the perfect environment for the audience to foster a closer relationship with celebs they like. I mean, who doesn't follow Ashton Kutcher on Twitter, right? As an actor, I sell characters. And ideally, the less people know about me, the more they're going to buy into the characters I sell. But times have rapidly changed. So back in the day, I first joined MySpace and Facebook for one reason. There were too many fake me's. And people were corresponding to the fake me's, and that freaked the real me out. So I joined. And then came Twitter. And with Twitter, I saw an opportunity to communicate with my audience in an authentic and organic way.
So, mate, I think you're making my job easier for me as we go. It's pretty clear that, social media for celebrities is just announcing stuff and sharing content, where marketers and brands are actually using it in many different ways that are incredibly effective. And here's a good example of the great work of celebrities. I don't know if everyone knows Snooki, or if everyone in this multicultural and international audience can actually speak Snooki. So let me translate. Snooki's first tweet was simply, "I don't know what the fuck I'm doing."
We've got over 200 celebs lined up with 1 to 60 million followers across their social networks. And we're also using it as a matchmaking service, if you will, to connect brands and celebs for custom content, which we think is much easier to do than traditional endorsement scenarios. I'm really excited about it, and if anyone wants to know more about it, I invite you to come chat with me after the event. And as we say in Hollywood, scene.
I think you had fun. You guys have fun? Yeah? All right. So,